Did you have a good day, Katie?
Yeah, good. What about you?
I had an awesome day. It was,
Excellent.
yeah, it was great. You know, I'm so excited. The last 3 days, I've jumped on the scale first thing in the morning, and all 3 days in a row, I am the lightest that I've been in 15 years.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. 3 days in a row, and I keep getting lighter. I'm not losing a pound a day or anything like that. I'm losing them. Some days it's a quarter of a pound, some days it's a half a pound. But you know what? As long as it keeps going in that direction, I'm okay with it.
That's
Thanks.
fantastic.
Yeah. So my goal is by end of the month, first of April. I'd like to be down below 220.
Yep.
220. I should be able 5 pounds by the first of April. I should be able to do that.
Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah. So I was just saying before you jumped on the call that I've got my hunger so well under control that I sometimes I forget to eat.
Wow. And how are you
Yeah.
doing that? How did you get your hunger under control?
Sizzle thin. Sizzle thin.
Wow.
Sometimes, yeah, I found, Katie, that honestly, I'm taking three at a time now, and if I feel like I was hungry the last session, then I go up to four, and I'm going through a little bit more than of the pills than I did before. But if it
It's working.
works, it's worth it because I got to get this weight under control.
Wow. Okay. So you're doing three, sometimes four. That's amazing. And I mean, if you're at that sort of level and you're having more of an impact, a greater effect, then obviously the money's well worth it because, investing in your health and being able to manage your weight, that's fantastic.
Yep, yep, and that's exactly how I look at it. Is that if I can get my weight under control, that's really my biggest health challenge
Mm,
is my weight. Sure, yeah, I've got a little bit of pain in my leg because of the motorcycle wreck. I've got a little bit of pain in my back because I broke my back a year and a half ago. I've got a little bit of brain damage just because I'm a retard. But I mean, I can't do anything about that one. But no. So okay, folks, we got to get this rolling. Um, and I just want to say that thanks for being here with us tonight. Thanks for joining us. If you're listening to the recording, thanks for jumping on. Get back to the person that shared it with you and tell them thank you. And just and whether you get on board with us or not, that's up to you. I've learned not to chase people because we all have things happening in our life. It might not be the right time. Timing is everything. When it comes to building a business, timing is everything because if it's not the right time, you're not going to put your 100% effort into it. And what's going to end up happening is that it's not going to work. And most people don't look for, they're not going to say, oh, that's why. What they're going to do is to say, oh, it's not for me. Network marketing is not for me. Or they might say, oh, those things don't work. I run into people all the time that tell me that. They'll say, they'll tell me, that they've tried it before and I said, well, what company were you with? Maybe got in the wrong company. I mean, the thing about it is if you're in a race and you're riding the wrong horse, you're not going to win. If your horse is having a bad day, you're not going to win. And so it may not be your fault at all. Maybe you're in the wrong company, and you have to look at that. Maybe you're just too busy with other things, or maybe it just wasn't explained to you in a way that made sense. And so if you're listening to this, reconsider. Look at Sizzle. It's a great company. We've got some great products. We've got a great compensation plan. And I'm not going to go through any of that tonight. I know Katie's going to cover some information on the skincare. I love the skincare. I'm going to turn 60 in 2 weeks. And people ask me all the time, what am I doing for my skin? I don't use any makeup. This is my own natural skin, and I don't feel like I have a lot of the wrinkles that a lot of 60-year-old guys do. I'm outside all the time. I haven't taken the best care of my skin. And yet I feel like it's a little bit saggy because I'm losing some weight, but I'm using the skincare products on that. And Katie will talk about that, how it tightens it up. But folks, what I want to talk about is the fact that right now in the world, and I'm going to speak primarily for where I'm at in America right now, that when we take a look at it, it was just in the news 2 weeks ago. They said that millennials are complaining that they don't have any money. They don't have enough money to pay their rent because they've got extra healthcare bills and this and that, and they don't have enough money. And I'm not going to get into my reasons why they may not have enough money, but I'm just going to say, here's a way that you can generate an extra paycheck per month. And what if you could generate an extra, let's say that you generated $50 a day and you did that 5 days a week, $50 a day. Now, does that sound like a lot? To some people, yes. To some people, no. But if you're generating $50 a day and you had to put a minimal amount of time in it, maybe you had to put half an hour in, maybe you had to put an hour. I mean, if you put in a half hour of honest work per day into building your sizzle business, I'll tell you, I can almost guarantee, I mean, I can't make a guarantee, but I can almost guarantee that it's going to work for you. And I'm sure Katie would agree with me that's the case, because when you're looking at this, it's not that hard. But what happens is everybody's got an excuse on why they can't do it. And I'm not going to get into those excuses and anything like that. What I'm just going to say is that if you put a little bit of time into it and you work it smart, you can make this work. And with our business, the way our compensation plan is set up, and I think all network marketing companies, whether you're in another company, you're in this company, and you're looking at Sizzle, there's little building blocks to the compensation plan that you can use. There's little things that you can do that you can see that you can say, okay, here's what I need to do to build it. And with Sizzle, it's built in blocks of 3. And what I mean by that is that you got to go out, you got to find 3 people who want to go to work. And how do you know that they're the right 3 people? Well, because they go to work. If I pick my friend Bob and I say, hey, Bob, jump on this call with me. Let's go, let's go make this thing work. He says, yeah. And I get all excited because Bob's joined me. But then the next day, Bob doesn't answer his phone. I can pretty much tell you right then and there, Bob probably isn't one of your 3, because he didn't get excited along with you. He lost that excitement. Maybe he talked to his uncle and his uncle said, hey, I was in one of those things. I lost my money, and that happens. There's network marketing companies on here that will steal your money. And I'm not going to try and tell you that there's not, just like any industry, there's good and there's bad. But, you want to find 3 people who honestly go to work. And how do you know if there's the right 3? Because they actually do go to work. And people say to me, they say, well, Kurt, what do you have to do? You find these 3 people who want to go to work, but what's the work? Well, the work is finding 3 people. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but that's really what it is, because we're in the business building business of building businesses. We're helping other people build businesses. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but you got to write it down, is that we're helping other people build businesses. And when you look at our paycheck, like when I look at my paycheck on the 14th of every month, the 15th of every month, and I look at my paycheck, 85% of my check comes from people who buy the products. They love the products, and that's all they do. They might go out and they tell 1 or 2 people, but primarily all they're doing is buying the products. They're really not doing the business. They're really not going out and building a business. They're not doing it serious, like what I'm talking about with the 3 people that you're looking for. So 85% of your check is going to come from those people. But guess what? The 3 people that you find, or 4 people or 5 people that actually go to work, are going to be the ones that are going to find the 85%. So if all you're doing is selling product, you're part of the 85%, in my opinion, right? Because you're not going out and finding 3 people who want to build the business. If all you're doing is finding people who want to take the product, you're part of the 85%. And thank you for doing that. That's great. And you can make money, and maybe you can make a lot of money. But the whole idea behind network marketing is that you're building a network of people, you're building a network of providers, you're building a distribution system that's built on people like you and me who want to go out and build a business. They want to have an extra paycheck. And so when I joined network marketing 15 years ago, when I seriously joined it, because I had been in a couple companies before that, I was selling the products and things like that, and I won't get into all that. But after my motorcycle wreck 15 years ago, I was laid up. I was in bed, and they told me that I might not never walk again. I had 3 teenage boys, single father. What am I going to do? I mean, all I've ever done, I was telling a friend of mine last night, I said, I've never had a job working for anybody. Who's going to hire me? I'm not going to be a good employee because I'm too used to being the boss and everything. You know, I get to decide. And so I'm not going to be a very good employee. So who's going to hire me? I have no experience. I mean, if you saw my resume, it just says, who'd you work for? And me, right? And so I had to come up with a way of generating income. And that's how I got involved with network marketing. And when I got into Sizzle, because I'd been in a couple other companies prior to Sizzle, and there was always something that seemed to be wrong with the company. And I was in 2 companies prior to joining Sizzle that failed on me. I mean, I can tell you stories about that. I won't get into that, but they failed on me. So I went to work, and I was quickly in the top ranks of recruiters in those companies. But then the companies kind of didn't provide, and all of a sudden here I am left holding the paperwork, and so when I found Sizzle, what I like about this, we have a company that's got products that work. We've got products that I'd be proud to put my name on any one of these products. I'd be proud to put my name on any one of these products. And we've got a compensation that pays. And so if you go out there and you find 3 people who want to build a business, and they go out and they start looking for 3 people who want to build a business, and they're in the business building business, right? And they understand that. And along the way, you're going to find people who just they say, well, I don't want to do that business. I've tried it before. I don't have enough time. Whatever their reason is, but I sure like the idea of that product. You say, hey, welcome, come on board. Excuse me. Let's get these products ordered for you. And that's part of the 85%. That's where 85% of your paycheck's going to come. But you're not looking, I mean, you're looking for those people too, but you're looking for the 3 people. And if you find 3 who find 3, who find 3. That's so 3 find 3, that's 9. Those 9 go out and find 3, and you're helping every one of these people do it. That's another 27. 3 times 9 is 27. And so 27 plus 9 plus 3 plus you is 39. And with that, if they follow the plan, a simple plan of buying the right amount of product, and the right amount of product is 300 PV. You come in with the 300 PV, and there's a reason for it, because you don't leave any money on the table. And if you do that, you're going to earn somewhere between, I'm going to say between $800 to $2,000 a month. And it's a range because it really varies on a lot of different little factors in there, but $800 to $1,000 a month. And like I said earlier, what could you do with an extra $1,000 a month? I'll tell you, in the United States right now, millennials are complaining that they don't have enough money to pay rent. Hey, there's an extra $1,000 a month, and if you do it right, and I can go through all that, but right now I just want to close my part of this talk, because Katie and I try and keep this down to a half hour. But just saying, get back to the person that brought you here. Take another look and see if this might be right for you. See if there might be something here that makes sense. And we have weight loss, we have skincare, we have nutritionals, we have personal care, we have anti-aging. So, Katie, I'm going to hand it over to you. And folks, as a physician, I really appreciate the fact that I have Katie Larkin with me. Katie loves the products. She's able to research these things. She goes through it. She researches them. She finds out what the science is behind the product, and she gets excited about it. If you want to find somebody who's excited about the science of the product, Katie's your gal. She enjoys it. So, Katie, thanks for being with us again.
Fantastic. Thanks, Kurt. And
You
welcome,
bet.
everyone. Thanks for joining us on the call today. And if you're watching the recording, welcome. I'm not sure, is my camera working there, Kurt? It says it's black at the moment.
Your camera is shut off.
Huh. Says it's on. Okay, that's weird. Let me try and start the video again. Hang on a minute. Just bear with me a second. Yep, it says it's on. That is weird. Okay, well, that's all right, folks. We'll continue on. I'm going to share my screen anyway. We've got some great slides here today. So today we're talking about beautiful skin with Sizzle. And it really is a beautiful skincare range. There we go. And start this. All right. So today I'm talking about the Sizzle skincare range and, having beautiful skin. So, everybody's, I guess, at a different age. And as we age, our skin starts to change. But what are the things that we can do to make our skin look the best it possibly can, given our age? Because, that's really the best that we can hope for. And we would really like to, I imagine most people would like to look younger than their age. So let's talk about that today. We're going to go through the Sizzle skincare products, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background because I think it's really important to have that background information regarding why these products are different, and also the things to look out for when you are using skincare products or any personal care products that could cause issues for you either now or later on and have an accumulative effect on your health. So let's go through those. So first with just today, you want to be using skincare that contains no harmful ingredients that aren't irritating or damaging to the skin. So you'll be amazed that there are quite a number of ingredients in skincare products that can damage the skin. You want to use plant-based ingredients that enhance the health of the skin, including supporting the appearance of wrinkles and lines. So your bathroom is one of the biggest places of toxic exposure, and your bathroom contains lots of products, often like skincare and makeup, all sorts of personal care products. And did you know it only takes 26 seconds for the chemicals in your personal care products to enter your bloodstream? So, the skin does provide some level of a barrier, but is very much a carrier. And you know that a lot of drugs can be applied patches to the skin. They apply, pain relief that way. Medicines and all sorts of things. So the chemicals do go into your bloodstream, and the same can be said for the personal care products that you're actually putting on your skin. Those chemicals in the personal care are actually getting into your skin, and there's a number of ingredients that are in there that are potentially harmful. And I read some alarming study about the number of new chemicals that are created every year. And, our world is becoming more and more toxic. And of course, these chemicals are contributing most definitely to increases in cancer rates, which is of great concern, and ill health overall. So, in shampoo, you might find things like propylene glycol, sodium lauryl sulfate, PEGs, parabens, things of that nature. So if you're not using Sizzle skincare products or personal care products today, go home, if you're not already home, but go home into your bathroom and open your bathroom cupboard and pull out your shampoo. Have a look at the shampoo. Does your shampoo contain propylene glycol? Does it contain sodium lauryl sulfate? Propylene glycol is actually used in industrial antifreeze and brake fluid, and sodium lauryl sulfate is used as an engine degreaser. So these are very, very harsh chemicals. They can irritate the skin, and they're certainly not doing you any favors in terms of aging. One could argue that they're actually accelerating the aging process. So this is definitely something to look out for. So I invite you today to do that if you've never done that before. And this is a reason that we love the Sizzle products. Regulations in Australia for personal care products come under cosmetic regulations. You don't require a manufacturing license to start, and GMP is not a requirement. You do not need to submit your products to any government agency for safety assessments or approval before releasing them on the market. And there's no checklist covering the elements you're required to include on the cosmetics label. So basically it's a free-for-all, you know, it's really a bit like playing Russian roulette with those personal care products, in my personal opinion. So you want to find a manufacturer that you can trust, like Sizzle. You want to find a manufacturer that's using safe, non-toxic ingredients. The Mowers have really pioneered safe products and started back in the 1990s doing so. Even back then, they used to work closely with Samuel Epstein, the chairman of the former and late chairman of the Cancer Prevention Coalition. And they did a lot of work with him in creating products that were very safe. And they've continued that on now today in the Sizzle range. Toxic and carcinogenic compounds are found in skincare and beauty products, which I've already discussed, and there's a ton of ingredients that you should avoid. So I've just put some here on the screen. Sizzle do have a toxic guide and ingredients to look out for. So if you're interested in obtaining that guide, you know, drop a comment on the video below, and we can post a link there to that guide. So some of the ingredients, which I've already covered, and I won't go through all of them because I do want to get into the skincare, but you know, the propylene glycol can cause dermatitis. It can contribute to kidney and liver damage. Has been shown to cause skin rashes, skin irritation. Sodium lauryl sulfate is also not a great ingredient. This is used in foaming agents in shampoos because it really does a great job at foaming. You know, and these are the sort of harmful ingredients that you just don't want in your personal care products. Even for me, if I don't use the Sizzle products and I go into, say a restaurant and I use the hand wash in their bathroom, it's not long before my hands have got a rash on it and they're itchy. So, you know, these chemicals are not good. Now, if they're doing that on the surface, what are they doing as they accumulate in the body? So we definitely want to be paying attention to that. Okay, so skincare check, you can have a look at your face and neck creams. So they can contain DEA, MEA, lanolin, mineral oil, propylene glycol. And so if they do, you want to consider replacing it with the Sizzle Actify 6000 face and neck cream. We also have the moisturizing mist, which is the Skin Dew. And so ingredients that you might find in other mists include propylene glycol, parabens, toxins, mineral oil, and things of that nature. Facial cleansers can contain lots of sodium lauryl sulfate in there, and they also contain parabens and all the other ingredients. We've got the Sizzle Firming Facial Cleanser and wrinkle lotion, which you may already be using and might have some of those toxic ingredients. You can use the Sizzle Transfusium, and we also have the Rapid Repair Night Cream. So I'm going to go through that today. So just quickly, how does the skin age? The main factor that contributes to aging of the skin is the sun. Actually, UV damage is the biggest factor that creates wrinkles, creates sunspots, and that sort of thing. So definitely you want to protect your face from the sun, wearing a hat and protection. If you are at all concerned about the appearance of your skin and minimizing wrinkles and sunspots and things like that. If that doesn't bother you, then that's fine. You can go to town and take your hat off and put your face in the sun. And some people it doesn't bother, that's fine. But today we are really talking about and trying to talk to people who are trying to preserve, I guess, the natural beauty of their skin at any age and just make themselves look as best as they possibly can. Of course, the other factor that contributes is dehydration, lack of water, exposure to chemicals, just in the environment. When you walk out the door, all those chemicals, you know, and heavy metals that are in the air from traffic and pollution, they actually stick to your skin and they can get into your body. that way. We do get exposure to chemicals that way. So it is really, really important to wash your skin morning and night with a really good cleanser. And of course, we recommend the Sizzle one. So, of course, poor diet and nutrient deficiency as well. So we've got some pictures here about how UVA and UVB rays affect the skin. So UVB burns the skin, and UVA can affect the deeper layers of the skin. So this is a truck driver that was exposed to the sun whilst on the right-hand side. It's actually the left, isn't it? On the left-hand side whilst driving. And you can see the wrinkles formed on that side of the face, and that is because the UV damage, just really highlights how much damage UV light can do to the face. And again, we've got more pictures here. So I'm just mindful of time, so I might skip through a couple of these slides. I've got some really great content in here, and I'm really passionate about sharing it because this information is extremely valuable and helps people develop a greater understanding of how to actually look after their skin, in addition to using the Sizzle skincare range. So you can see the furrows on the back of the neck in a rhomboidal pattern there. This is for someone with chronic sun exposure, and the deep furrowing and even cysts on the skin and deep lines from sun exposure. Okay, so we've got a bit of text overlay there. So molecular weight makes a difference. Sizzle creates their products with ingredients at the right molecular weight. It's really important that the ingredients reach the parts of or the layers of skin where they're needed and don't just go straight into the bloodstream. We want them to get to the layers, and if they're not meant to penetrate further, we also don't want them to go further into the bloodstream. So this is really important, and Sizzle does take into consideration the molecular size of the ingredients in their skincare products. And so we've just talked about the layers and where they should work. This is a great slide here, just showing you the amount of product to use for each of the Sizzle skincare products. So there's a garden pea, and so that's about how much you can use of each. People tend to get a bit heavy-handed with our products, and you can rip through them quite quickly, and then you are wasting them. So that's a really useful guide as well. So Exfolium is one of the great products that we've got, and this is for removing dead skin cells, leaving your skin glowing. It helps to moisturize and clean, and it's suitable for all skin types. So this is actually an excellent product. We have a great video on the Sizzle YouTube channel on how to use that, and the Sizzle also have a brochure on what order to use the products and instructions on how to use them. Firming Facial Cleanser, this product I absolutely love. This is great for cleaning the skin morning and night. So it's moisturizing. It doesn't strip the skin of the natural oils. As we age, our natural oils diminish, and this dries our skin out. And if our skin becomes more dry, wrinkles show up more easily. So we want to preserve the natural oil in the skin, and this is a fantastic product for removing the makeup and the oils and impurities that get stuck to your face as we go about the day. So you want to be cleaning your skin morning and night. The Skin Dew Mist is a fantastic product for providing moisture back into the skin. Its key ingredient is hyaluronic acid, and so as we age, that actually diminishes in our skin. It's naturally present. So the younger you are, the more you have. The older you are, the less you have. So this product really goes to work to put that moisture back into the skin. It's a deep moisturizing product without making you feel greasy. It just leaves your skin feeling natural, fresh, and just with a fantastic glow. So if you haven't tried this product, I really invite you to give it a go. The Actify 6000 face and neck hand cream. Love, 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 love this product. It really keeps the moisture in your skin without leaving your skin feeling oily. So it's a day cream. It does have natural UV protection against UVA, B, and C. We cannot give it any rating and say that, but it does provide some natural protection. I had heard someone say once it was about maybe a 15, but we can't actually give it a UV rating. That is because the government regulates which chemicals you can use as photon blockers to protect the skin against the harmful rays of the sun. And if it's not on the ingredients list, you can't state that on the bottle. And there's advances in this area in terms of UV protection, but the guidelines by the government, I guess the TGA, haven't been updated, and so therefore they haven't included new and more modern, more effective, more safe ingredients. So that's probably a little bit of trivia there for you that's quite useful to know. But this is a fantastic product, and when I apply it to my skin, the moisture is locked in, it stays in, and you'll find if you can keep your skin very well moisturized, you will have less wrinkles, because when the skin dries out, you start to see the fine lines and the wrinkles, and that is part of the aging process. So we definitely want to put that moisture back in. So this has a low molecular weight and goes exactly where it needs to go. So we've got the Transfusium, which is, Kurt, isn't this one of your favorite products? Do you want to just say a little quick word on this? And we're going to go a few minutes over for here, folks, today, so I apologize. Probably only got about 3 minutes or 4 minutes left. But Kurt, do you want to just quickly jump in and say something about the Transfusium?
You bet. I was out at Tom's. I was at an event out at his house, Tom Senior, and he had just come up with this product, and there's 24 active ingredients that really, the way Tom described it is that, you know, beauty is skin deep, but aging goes all the way down to the bone. And so when you look at this product, Tom took that into consideration when he made his product, and he made a product that identifies all the different parts of aging for your skin, like Katie was talking about, UVA, UVB, different things like that. There's also collagen that breaks down. There's trabecular makeup, you know, like not makeup, but like structures that hold the skin, so it holds the skin firm. And then there's moisture and all that stuff. And Tom basically, when he looked at this, he went and he put this in there and that in there to help support each and every one of those processes, all the way down to supporting the bone structure. So this actually helps to rebuild the bone, because as you age, the bone structure of your face breaks down as well. And what a fantastic product. Anyhow, Tom gave me the very first bottle off the production line, and I documented it. I took photos of it, of myself, every other day, and a friend of mine took and put that into a time-lapse video that you can find on YouTube. So, Katie, I love it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kurt. Yes, so Kurt's covered that product very well, and it is one of my favorites for sure.
Okay, great. And here we have another fantastic testimonial here for the Rapid Repair Night Cream. So this lady had severe burns to her face. She went to the hospital. They prescribed her a small ointment valued at $250, told it would take 3 months for her to heal. Her neighbor recommended Sizzle Rapid Repair Night Cream, and her amazing results were seen in less than 2 weeks. Everyone in her family was shocked to see how fast she healed. She went back to the doctors and they couldn't even believe it was the same person. So happy to be in Sizzle International. Look at that results, absolutely phenomenal there. And here we have another fantastic testimonial. This is Dr. Kurt himself. He tested out the Sizzle Transfusium product, and you can see as we move along the timeline, the wrinkles around his eyes, the appearance just diminished and continued to smooth out to looking, you know, basically you couldn't really even see them. You can't see them at all. So fantastic results there, and another great example of how well the Sizzle products work.
Again, and these are all featured in the Sizzle video for the Transfusium products. So that was me. I'm a bit older than 40 now, but you can see that even when I started way back at 34, you can see that it made a big difference even to my skin then. We have so many versatile products, and you can see that this was the application of the Sizzle H2 stick to the skin. It has diatomic hydrogen and some great results there. So we have so many products that you can use to support your skin in addition to our skincare line. We're just here on the last slide here, so I do apologize for going over time. In addition to the Sizzle Age Pill, we've got the Encompass 360, we've got the Spectramax, so you've got your vitamins and minerals, which are essential to healthy skin. We've got some great antioxidants in there. Vital Vision actually supports eye bags. Did you know that? There's a fat layer that's nice and plump under your eye, and that supports the appearance under your eye. And this can diminish with age. The fat and skin gets thinner there. Vital Vision can also support the skin around the eye as well. But my favorite skincare product, which is actually a supplement, is the Sizzle Age Pill, because it helps to combat glycation. So anti-glycation extreme, and glycation is responsible for the breakdown of collagen and the creation of fine lines and wrinkles in the skin. And so the Sizzle Age Pill supports the body to combat that glycation and just get some phenomenal results. And in closing, we can see this picture here. This was Leanne's brother. You can see the appearance of his skin. Now, he wasn't using the Sizzle skincare products. He was just using the Sizzle Age Pill with the Triangle of Life, the nutritional support. And you can see absolutely phenomenal results in his skin. I mean, wowza. You're not going to get a better picture than this. This is a real picture. This has not been altered or changed in any way. And just the appearance is absolutely blows me away every time I see it. And you can understand why, because we've talked about the importance of supporting the body to remove that glycation, which builds up in the skin. So we'll leave it there, Kurt. And thanks everyone for watching, and apologies for going over.
You bet. Katie, thanks for doing the product presentation every week. And folks, you know, I'm always the guy thinking about the business part of it. I mean, you watch this video you watch Katie's presentation on the products. Think about that. How many people do you know would love, I mean, just love to have those products? How many people do you know? Do you think you could build a business, right? And then think about the people that you know. How many people do you know that could build a business, because they know different people that you know, and they know 3 people, and they know 3 people, and everybody knows 3 people who could go out and build a business with this. And all of a sudden, you're making that extra $800 to $2,000 per month. And folks, I'm telling you what, it might not change your zip code, but it might get your bills paid. Thanks for being with us. Katie, thanks for being with us every week. I'm just so excited about what we're doing. And we can build a huge, huge number of people that are making money. And that's our goal. Is we want to help you make an extra paycheck.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.